Hello and good morning, my friends. Hambbage here. Welcome, one and all. Glad you're around. We're going to play some hardcore vanilla Minecraft. That's right. We've got no mods, no mini games, no multiplayer server action. It's just us in the game content 117.1, so we're not even running on a snapshot or development. We are just doing our thing, and as you can see, we're going back up the stairs here. We've got our wings intact. We are uh, roughly 10,000 blocks away from home, and I think we're just gonna go at night. Um, I remember our coordinates, I think, were like negative 73, and I should look at the negatives, and 10,900. So, got that going, but generally, since we're mainly looking for biomes, I think the nighttime is gonna work okay. We got this dark forest, we got regular forest, more regular forest. Saying I wouldn't mind just finding a mansion, but not expecting that game. That's a lot to ask. Some mountains. Some plains. Oh, oh, Savannah. Okay, so that's one. We wanted to see if we could find acacia wood out here. More of the dark forest. It's a real trick, the seeing the ground, but not constantly dive bombing the surface so that you go fast. You want to maintain the altitude. Little desert here. There's back to the savannah we'd seen. Looks like it's back to plains. There's a village. We'll stay out of its way. Uh, Shattered Savannah isn't particularly what we're looking for, but the hills are fine. And Shattered is cool looking. Look at that big shelf with the trees up on top. And my impression is we're roughly... Oh, we've got some more land here. It's just an island. So this could confuse things, right? We don't want to get... Ooh, there's a little broken portal. Alright, here's the ice. So yeah, this is just kind of straight out from where we've been. Again, we're just kind of scouting through the night, see where we want to be and what's noteworthy around us here. And I was kind of thinking about it off stream. Just like any good barn building, and that's kind of the thing we're looking to do. We've done a bunch of the advancements, and I do want to respawn the dragon and get to the end and all that, but in terms of getting gas tiers and all that, we will, but it's kind of crazy. Now, is this snow or sand? Looks like sand. So this is second desert. And our iciness should be back over here somewhere. Oh, okay, there's that. Is that a torch of mine? What's lit over there? Oh, that's the village, but what is... lichen, maybe? Huh. Oh. Okay. So, good recon. We can now spend... Hey! God, I hit you. We can now spend the rest of our time here switching out of flight gear. And... we don't need that, we got this. Oh, that was silly. Okay. Now we can go up. Combat for whatever remains of the night, although it looks like it's already getting a little lighter up there. That sky looks pre-dawnish, not middle of the night anymore. So we will make a break this way, fully understanding that the guests are there. 2, 3. Oh, what? First of all, that one came in way before the other. Oh, now the sun's going to get him. Okay. So, enough of that. Let's go here. Oh, you know what I bet that little dot was? That was where the other broken portal was, right? I think we were up a little bit from the... a lot more west than... straight north. Excuse me. There has been no coffee yet today, just so everybody's aware. We're on the same page here. I want you to set your expectations accordingly. I hear you. Don't see you. And I don't see the chest. Anybody see the chest? Maybe the sand is hiding it? Boom, 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 boom. And nope. Sure. Sure. And of course... Alright. Well, that was profitable to start. Now... think the Savannah is pretty straight north of here. Of course, we got to go around this little island. Sadly, no mushrooms yet. But that's what I was thinking of off stream that I never really got to elucidate my thoughts. It doesn't make a ton of sense for us to be out here doing wide-ranging exploration until we've got sleep back, until we're done with all these storms. And so one of the things that we may want to do is kind of do a little more realistic building, which is in a lot of things like barns and big buildings, especially back in the day, you would set the foundation of the building and then actually let it cure or harden, especially if there's any masonry, that kind of stuff in the foundation bit over time so that it would be ready to go. So maybe you would, do that foundation in, I don't know what the ideals here are. I'm not a builder in the Minecraft sense or the real world sense, but like maybe you do it in the spring and let it cure all summer. Maybe it's okay for it to be cold, so maybe you would lay that foundation, let it sit through the winter, and then you know what? Let's just pick this up. I was like, oh, what if I can't find my boat? How about we just carry it? So those kind of things, a break in time, and I think we could set that up a little bit, laying the foundation of our barn and doing the brick portion of it in the hopes that while we're doing that, we get the zombie villager chance again and I don't kill it. And then, be able to make our trips for more acacia wood as needed. And we'll see. I think we're going to use the planks, not the logs themselves, because some of our framework and all that is going to actually be white with the quartz. So we can also be doing nether quartz and ghast hunting without having to worry about sleeping or the fact that there's phantoms running all over the place during the middle of the night pretty easily. Alright, how am I doing on these? Pretty well. Franny will be excited about whatever sticks we can bring back. If we even bring these sticks. I mean, they're exotic. It's like, bringing your kid something from a business trip far away, right? Oh, this isn't just a little plastic toy. This is a little plastic toy from California. I was in the Midwest. My dad, he didn't travel all the time, but he certainly went on business trips sometimes. And yeah, I remember being a little kid, him coming back and like, oh, did you bring us anything? Yeah, it never had to be anything super special. And a lot of times he didn't. It was one of those things my parents were, very, very conscious of. That look, as kids, you should be happy your parents are back and not just look at, not just the obligatory feel in the dad's coat pockets for any presents he may have stashed away, right? It should be a little less materialistic than that. So there, it wasn't every time, but certainly and more often, if my parents went on a trip because they sometimes traveled and would go places and we'd stay with their grandparents or, they'd have we had like our youth minister from our church stay with us one time. It's just, I think parents need that. They, look, I know my parents love me greatly and always did. Yeah, sometimes I made them mad as heck, but you know, uh, kids can't really comprehend how when you're a kid, your parents have always just been there, and they've usually been laying down the law so you can get resentful and stuff. For a parent, ask any parent. The day their kids were born was the day their life changed. It was the greatest moment of their life, and that's you. To your parents, it's tough to remember it in that context all the time. But ooh, I thought that was one I was picking up. Oops. Um, but yeah, so they love you, they want it, but they they also live a life independent of you. Not independent of, but had a life that predated you. That also as kids, whether it's just the whole oh hey get off my back, so tell me how you think I should live, blah 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 blah. They also lived much as you did before you came along, right? Depending on at the stage of your life, but they were the ones whose parents were like, maybe it was TV, not video games or streaming or anything like that or computers, but their parents were like, hey, stop. Don't watch so much cable TV. Get off the MTV. It'll rot your brain. And they would want to stay out later than their folks wanted them to, and buy stuff that wasn't the most appropriate for their long-term financial well-being or anything like that. And every once in a while, parents need to be able to go back and tap back into that. How is the person that I am and was doing? Is he happy too? Because you know, he used to want to join a rock band and be a race car driver, and then he became a parent responsible for this wonderful young person. But a lot of those dreams had to take a back seat. Well, um, that that's something parents need to recharge and rejuvenate, and also they just need to fulfill a sense of adventure. And while I'm not a parent, I can't Can't speak for certainty to that, but I know enough people that travel with kids to know their trip with you to Disneyland is not the same as their trip to wine country in California, right? Those are two different worlds, and they don't have to worry about do we have the diaper bag or the snacks or did Jimmy grab his Nintendo Switch that we got and get it out of the airplane pocket in the seat, or was he just too excited or sleepy, slept on the flight, didn't think about it, didn't grab it, all those kind of things happen when you've got kids in tow. When you're just when it's just you and your spouse and you're both fully competent and taking care of your own business, it's a lot more relaxing. So yeah, my parents love to travel. I know, and they didn't do it all the time, but a lot of times if like my dad had a convention or something like that, my mom would come down and join him. And that wasn't to say that we weren't welcome. A lot of the times they wanted us to be included in all those types of experiences. But they didn't need us there sometimes they just needed to reset a bit themselves, right? That's what I was getting at. And, um, ooh, now, I don't think that's fatal at this point, but it's a huge distraction, especially going on night with no sleep, although phantoms would have a tough time of, really getting after us in the dark. But we'll see how this night of combat goes. Um, Still can't get it. I didn't exactly line that up well either. Where's all the monsties? Sure, they'll be along shortly. Don't need oaks at this point. There's one. Although apples would be nice, but hey, I'm in a tree. How are you even getting me? There was. There it is. Alright. You. Oh! Woo! This is not ideal. Yeah, we get it. There's a lot of you. Stop. Ah, 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 ah. You like that, huh? Give me a second to get my bearings here. Oh. What? Arr. Okay, well, that was fun. If we can get this tree out of the way. gotta be getting close to... I guess we'll just clear these in the morning. Where you at? Should have brought some friends. Friend. He went up high. Clear. Two creepers over there. There's the reinforcements. Two. They're splitting. Okay, we're waking up a little bit. Alright, let's go take out these creepers and zombies. And this tall grass. I hear you. I heard you the whole time, other zombie. Let's get this out of the way. Don't like it. I think tree hiding creeper is my bigger concern here. Oh, she's gonna knock him through the tree? Come here, tree creeper. Alright. Here, phantoms again. Do some more chopping, if the mobs and phantoms will allow it. See how that does. I'm not wasting a whole lot of time trying to look up at, is there any other piece of log up in the tree? There we go. Another night survived. Remember, that's always our primary objective. Don't die. And it would appear we've done so successfully today. So what do? We started with a flight. I think we'll be long gone before a next night. was not the most efficient means. Alright, let's go get these. As much as great as this was for fighting mobs through a night, it's only temporary, right? So what was I talking about? Parents and vacationing and stuff? I don't even remember. What was that all about? I don't know. But sometimes parents need a break. Reset themselves. How that has any bearing? Again, I don't know. Oh, it was the gifts from people coming back home, right? Uh, well, surprise after the old business trip. And from our sense, the surprise from the business trip, maybe that's the souvenirs, if you will. Maybe those are what we found in the abandoned or broken portal. Take a gold block back to Bierstadt. Tori, he's always been asking about a pair of gold Frostwalker boots. I do believe. I know we haven't looked at it. I know we don't have one, but I don't think I can put Frostwalker on top of Feather Falling. I think those are exclusive, and I'd always rather have the Feather Falling. But hey, cows. Remember early on when we had to just make that run around slaughtering cows because we didn't have any? We needed food so bad. Those days are long gone. Now we're a conservationist. There's that. And so I think the long, rambling, and disjointed theme of today and talking about travel and planning and what all we've got is, I think maybe, oh, look, we're already full. Maybe as close as now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a bit. Let's try to fill up this one, and we can get more because we've been planting. We'll plant these saplings. On our way back, gather up more. And the ones that we had initially planted should be coming up. Just with all these various leavings, we may do fairly well. But the saplings that we planted early on, a few of them were growing up even before we left out there, so should go well. So yeah, we'll finish out this stack, and then head for home. And I think at least spend an episode kind of laying out the barn. Because I have some specific ideas of what I want inside. and I don't know what those dimensions are. I built a barn somewhat like the one that I envisioned uh, ages ago in just a world I had. But it was so much fun. It's such a fun building to have. It wasn't, it wasn't the traditional red barn, and hopefully I can do, a little better in the decorative building of it. But we shall see. So that was where we started, and those should be our replanted. But I thought maybe there would be more. I guess it's been too long, and they've despawned over here. Any saplings that fell? These should be fresh new trees, and we've got still about 3/4 of 3/4 of a stack. A big goose. Yeah, see, this is a little more disjointed. I think the that other corner really worked out pretty well. If we do find ourselves back here, which is a long. I mean, we could also very well plant back home. I think we already have some acacia saplings. I don't think we have stacks of them or anything, but have a few, and whatever odds and ends we end up with, we'll just run back home from here, knowing we can reharvest what all we've already planted and start again out here too. Acacias are nice in that sense. I mean, I guess all the trees are. You can really grow up a pretty significant tree farm without a whole lot of effort. That's how the whole desert island, I see so many people scrap the island spawn in Minecraft, and I'm like, oh, that's a little sad. It's just missing an opportunity to do a whole new early game uh, adventure. It's all content. It's just different puzzles to solve, and that's a piece that I love anyway. And don't get me wrong, it's not oh, awesome, I got this start. Now I'm totally set. I've got everything I ever want. You're gonna have to move, but for those first few days, especially in hardcore, it's a good challenge to have. You gotta um, you're not gonna have a town for one thing, which from the that's the one thing on the speedrunners that I kind of am like, yeah, and I appreciate them too when I find a town early on, but I don't uh, I don't chuck the world if I don't happen to get a seed with a bunch of villages right on top of it. Um, Others do, and again, that it's up to you. However you want to play Minecraft, you're not wrecking the game. All right, so we've got 6 and a bit extra, so we got that extra stack. Let's head back. I have a feeling we're getting tight on the episode here. In fact, as we go, it should be about right because it's going to take us a minute to get. We're at about 40 minutes, so we're going to have to go back, find our tunnel down, go through the portal, go all the way back across the nether, deal with any gas and all that kind of stuff, the lava slime, the aftermath of our kind of perilous crossing out here. Okay, that's the dark forest. I was like, is there a jungle? How did we miss that on our flight? Just hills with dark oaks. I've also never understood the mechanic of how you get off time on the rowing, right? Burp, 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 burp. If anybody's used a rowboat, um, you may to turn more tightly. You may backwater with one oar while pushing forward with the other, but you wouldn't ever row out of unison in the same direction, if that makes sense. Have I already? It's tougher going back. There's our thing. That's why we made a big beacon. I guess we can go a little closer to the inlet. At least choked as it is. Now, unfortunately, as we get here, you can see the uh, the storms aren't going to do us any good for um, villagers in the nearby village over there in the tundra. They you won't get the lightning, so channeling won't work to hit them. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that we don't have to worry too much about that while we're there. Oh, come on. What we hopefully can do though is get some RNG on the next one and some restraint so I don't hit the villagers in the face with my sword. Zombie villagers, of course. And get them into that little hole we built. And I think laying out the barn and doing some of that foundation work can be a big help there. Here's our fortress area. That was fun hanging out there. Got a bunch of skulls. Could come back if we wanted to, but I think we'd trade out this long run. But yeah, if we don't get the zombie villager in the course of our kind of foundation and brick wall building, then we can target them or come back here, work on ghasts for tears, dragon resummoning, and going back to the end with a new portal, hopefully further away from the ones that we've respawned so far, and try to get more wings and shulker boxes. The one pair of wings is kind of limiting for our biome hunt for the Mushroom Island because you, with two pairs of wings, you can basically pick a direction and just fly, right? And go all the way out through your pair of wings and know, all right, now I can just fly back with the second pair of wings, right? The third gives you even more flexibility at that point. So we'll look to keep picking away at that. And of course, down here, the phantoms aren't a problem, right? You can't sleep. So that gets a bit easier. Thought I heard you. Come on away from the nether. Good. All right. It's still raining here, so I guess we're still in that storm. Ooh, I didn't know we had quite that much acacia wood already. Let's do that. Had we gone and gathered some? It seems like I think we got enough. And we did have stacks of those. Oh, that was fun. We got to do a lot of combat. We got some sticks here. We got some flint. We got some obsidian. Got a flint and steel. Let's do these. I got a sharp one sword. Sorry, Tories. Your Frostwalker boots are getting us XP. But I was thinking of you on the vacation. Flour here. Let's grab these various things that I dumped off the last time. I think I'm going to move that. We do better at remembering those when they're in the main deal. Clay ball. Yeah, we're working on those. Honey stuff. See, this is how things get all messed up. Honeys. Ferns. These can go down. This, I've got some with the leather. Crying obsidian can go in the obsidian chest. Sugar I do like to keep up just for reasons. And we don't need to be holding on to that. Alright, well that's a little bit of cleaning. This I want to put there. That way if we've got a batch that we're working on, I'll think to just put it in with them. Enderman getting rained on. Guess I could have left that boat back at the far end, but we've got an entire abandoned mine full of these are acacia. Oh, we didn't bring one piece of acacia wood to just whatever. There. There. Come on. There. See, only works if we're getting our exercise while we're doing it, right? Spider eye. Oh. And Maybe this is the time we make a membrane chest. Because I think we kind of are gonna need it if this continues for any length of time. All right, those are all taken. Let's start over here. Shockingly, I haven't done anything with terracotta after having found our gold stone. Boat can go upstairs. All right, I think we're good. Let's put our wings away here. Oh, and we got all this. Shoot. After all that running around, I could have been doing this at the exact same time. Hopefully we can grab everything. I should grab everything we've got down here first. Oh, that's right. We had that geode. I forgot about that geode. Oh, so close. String. Snow. Iron plugs. We'll take upstairs. We got some of these blocks. Did I set up geode stuff? Looks like I did. Smooth basalt. What do we do with that? Oh, wait. Don't do you. Guess we didn't. Now, I don't know if we can... I probably do know. I'm just forgetting, but... There's likely good room for crossover between basalt and smooth basalt, either through cooking or masoning or something. I don't know. Gunpowder. Brick over here. Of course. I'm like, oh yeah, it's stone brick. Stop with the sliminess. Logs. Upstairs, 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 upstairs. Other box. Fortune hoe. How do we miss that? And do I really not? Why do I not have a... Let's make a grindstone. We'll go upstairs. And be able to dump these things when we find them. When we open chests down here, why should we have to run upstairs to grab the XP before we throw them on the floor? Kind of silly. Alright, so everything else is... Nope, it's coal. Stay down here. Rail stuff, we got food stuff. Bottles of enchanting. What do we do with those? I've sometimes put them in here. I may have put it in, because I think I only have one other one. I think I may have stuck it in here, right? Do I even have another one? I don't need two of those. Oh, I like it stashed in there. I don't think for that it matters too much. But I definitely struggling with where to toss it. Um, Maybe here. Also, and this is something that hit me recently. Did I put the... What did I do with my arrows? I bought those fancy schmancy arrows to fight withers, and I don't know what I did with them. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Are they maybe in the toolbox? Doubt it. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, as far as I know, I've totally lost those instant health arrows. But we had talked about doing this, so let's do it. Do I have any slabs? Yeah, it may not seem like it, but I do, kind of try to constantly think about, okay, where are things? Where have I put things? Does this particular thing have a home? And as you can see, sometimes they get ambiguous. It's like, oh, how did that happen? Um, but those arrows, I don't know at all where I might have left them at. This is probably using up a ton of our remaining time. Hopefully we won't go over too much. But I just kind of like to get this sorted and done with, and then we can go full speed in the next episode. That works out well because we want to go to these two chests. Slimes and pearls and pick up boxes, and this can go there, and oh, I already did it. Never mind. But we're ready for next time. So, yeah, I don't know where our cool new arrows went unless we dumped them down at the far end, down in the wither room. Maybe we placed them there, but I think we picked up all those chests. I don't even think we have anything sitting there anymore. So, I don't know. That's going to be one to rediscover at some point. Anyway, we have made it to the end of our hour. It is wonderful to have shared this time with you guys. I hope you're doing awesome, and I hope you enjoyed. A little bit of everything there. Some flying, some broken portal recovery, some tree chopping and monster fighting, and then a little bit of inventory reset and planning out where we're going to go. So expect the beginnings of the Great Barn build in the next, and then a little bit of probably nether time, depending on what we get in the way of RNG for villagers. Well, that's the plan. So, as always, I thank you guys very much for coming around. If you've just stumbled upon us, maybe searching on some hardcore vanilla or let's play vanilla YouTubes, thanks so much for finding us, and think about either subscribing or watching for Hambbage on Twitter so that you know when these new videos are coming out. At any rate, your likes and comments are always appreciated, and I hope you guys stay awesome. Have a wonderful little break, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye now.